Hey friends, welcome back to my channel. My name is Miss T. I hope you guys are doing well on this Saturday, September the 21st. So friends, I'm gonna do a cooking video today. Please excuse how I look, but today is my cleanup day, and I have been cleaning earlier, still not done yet, but I needed to stop and take an intermission break because one of my family friends requested that I make one of her favorite meals, and which is one of my favorite meals as well, chicken and dumplings. Okay, so I wanted to go ahead and pause my cleaning to go ahead and get this done. Okay, chicken and dumplings is something that I grew up on. My grandmother is where I learned how to make chicken and dumplings. I make mine with a little bit of a twist, okay? So I add a couple things in to my chicken and dumplings that she does not. But that's okay, you know what I'm saying? There's nothing like taking a recipe and making it your own, okay? So, I want to go ahead and jump right in and get started because while chicken and dumplings are really not hard to make, but they can be a little bit time consuming, okay? So I want to keep it moving right along. I'm gonna break you guys down just a little bit so I can show you the items that I use for chicken and dumplings. Alright, I think that's good. Okay, so I can show you all what you're gonna need for chicken and dumplings. Okay, first off, I have a pan of chicken here. Okay, my chicken has already been cleaned. Okay, I've already cleaned my chicken thoroughly for the sake to save time for the video. In this pan, I have chicken thighs, chicken wings, and chicken breast, skinless chicken breast. One of the first things in making good chicken and dumplings is having a great broth. Okay, your broth must be really good to have a good pot of chicken and dumplings. So normally when I make chicken and dumplings, I use quarter legs. Quarter legs, if you don't know what those are, it is the thigh and the leg together. However, as I said, this is for a family friend, so I told her, hey, just pick up some chicken thighs. She got some chicken thighs. Now, I don't like the dark meat of the chicken, okay? So I do not shred the chicken thighs up and put them in the meat in there. I like to use skinless chicken breast for the meat that I put into my chicken and dumplings. Well, she's the same way too. She doesn't really like the dark meat, but the chicken thighs, the dark meat has a lot of flavor, okay? That's the reason why I use the dark meat. And it needs to be bone in, okay? You can do it without the bone in, but it just tastes absolutely, in my opinion, a lot better if you make a broth using chicken that has the bone in. You can use a whole chicken. You can use a hen. A hen actually makes extremely great broth, okay? So let's go ahead and let me finish telling you what all that we're gonna be needing. So as I said, I have chicken here already cleaned and washed. Okay, I have about one large size onion. I have a pack of Land O'Lakes butter, and I don't have any more Kerrygold butter, so Land O'Lakes will work just fine. But I would have preferred Kerrygold butter, but she brought this stuff or whatever, so you know it's still gonna work. Okay. We're also gonna use. I need to refill my container, my seasoning container, so I'm gonna do that. And all I use to refill that is some Lawry seasoning salt, some garlic powder, some salt-free Miss Dash, and onion powder. Okay. Also, you're gonna need 2 cans of cream of chicken. Now, this is where I add in differently than my grandma. My grandma doesn't use any cream of chicken. I find that it enhances the flavor, so I like to use it, okay? You're going to also need some chicken base, okay? You can use any kind of chicken base you want to use. This is how we're going to flavor our broth, okay? So this is chicken base. You can use any one. This is made by Orrington Farms, but they have a lot of different brands out there. Also, this is another base. This is better than bouillon, and this is roasted chicken flavor. I love this. It gives that extra flavor into your broth. And also, I have here a poultry blend, okay? Poultry blend of fresh herbs. In here, you have thyme, sage, and I think rosemary. Yeah, thyme, sage, and rosemary. Now, I am not going to use the sage, okay? If I was making dressing, I would put a sprig or two of the sage, but I'm not going to use the sage in here. I'm only going to use the thyme and the rosemary, okay? You're going to also need, this is like, you use this to like when you're mashing up, butter. It's a name for here. It's a cutter. I can't remember the name of it, child. But anyway, I'll be using this when I get ready to incorporate this butter into my flour. All right. I can't think of the name of this child. I know what it is, but I can't think of it. You also gonna need a rolling pin, okay, to roll out your dough. I got a pastry board, but it's over there, and I don't get up and get it. We'll see the pastry board when I get ready to do the dumplings part of it. Also, you're gonna need some heavy whipping cream. This is also what takes your chicken and dumplings to the next level, okay? It makes them absolutely rich and they just taste phenomenal, okay? So we're gonna use some heavy whipping cream. All right, you're gonna need some flour. You can use any flour of your choice. I'm using gold medal flour. Also, as well, you're gonna need some Crisco butter shortening sticks, okay? Crisco butter shortening sticks. Now, I have one whole one here, and I have this is almost a whole one. It's only a little bit missing out of this, and I'm gonna use this one first, okay? Yeah, I'm gonna use this one first. So, I do believe that is everything. I don't think I missed anything. Now, I want to say this. Normally, when I do my broth, I do like to use celery. I didn't have any celery, and I forgot to tell her to get some. However, it's not absolutely necessary. If I were making dressing, I absolutely would want that celery. But I'm not, so it's not a big deal. All it does is just add extra flavor to the broth. But the flavor is going to be there regardless, okay? So, let's get started by seasoning up our chicken, okay? Let's get our chicken seasoned up. So, friends, this is, as I said, one of my favorite dishes is chicken and dumplings. However, I do not make chicken and dumplings until it's really cold outside. But this particular family friend, honey, she'll eat them all season long, okay? So, and so usually, as I said, I don't make them until it gets really cold out. But she wanted them, so, honey, I was going to oblige her and make them. So I'm just going to refill my little seasoning container because it's running thin here. And also, behind me on the stove, friends, I have a great big pot. I'm making a lot of chicken and dumplings, okay? She actually bought a pot here for herself, and she actually bought a smaller bowl container. She wants all that filled up with chicken and dumplings, but she does have 2 daughters as well, so she's going to be sharing hers also. But I have a pot back here that has water in it Friends, I do want to tell you this, that when I make chicken and dumplings, I am sorry, but I do not have any direct measurements. This is not a recipe that I measure. I apologize for that, but I just don't. So please just watch the video, because I will not be doing any measurements with this at all. This is just kind of one of those things that you just got to kind of eyeball. And I mean, that's all I can kind of say. You just got to kind of eyeball it. Okay, that's going to do it for my seasoning. I'm going to add just a little bit more Miss Dash in here. I'm going to close this up. Shake this up, and then we're going to get our chicken seasoned up. Okay. That's good. I'm going to add just a little bit more Lawry's in here, guys. Just a little bit. Okay. Let's give this one more shake. Whew, so friends, I have been in here I've been cleaning. I'm trying to get my stuff switched around for, you know, since we now coming into the fall season and stuff. I think today marked the first day of fall. If it's not today, it's definitely tomorrow. I can't believe that we're, you know, wrapping back down to the winter months. Like, God, that just came so fast to me. Like, the summer just came in, and it's already gone. So I'm trying to get I pulled out some fall decor and stuff, so I'm trying to get stuff together. I'm gonna come back later on with another video to show you guys what I actually put together today, what I built together today. I'll come back later after I get this done. But yeah, I've been trying to get stuff together, pulling out fall decor, you guys. Pulling out some fall decor. Getting ready for the fall season. Okay, let's get this chicken seasoned up so we can get this chicken back here in this pot. Remember, this is your food, so you season to your liking. And you use whatever seasonings that you like. Alright. Feel like I got enough seasoning on here. Want to make sure that this has plenty of great flavor. Okay. I'll sprinkle just a little bit more, and I think that'll be good. Alright, that's good. Okay. We got our chicken all nice and seasoned up. Okay. Chicken is good and seasoned, you guys. So So now what I'm gonna do, we need to get this chicken in the pot so that it can start cooking, so we can get those flavors up out of this chicken to start to render out into the water and give us some good flavor. And then as that's cooking and going along, we will add some of the broth based chicken seasoning to bring it up to full flavor. Okay, now what I'm gonna do, since I just worked with these with this meat, I'm gonna take these off so I can take you guys over to the stove. Let me get my trash bag, y'all. When I cook, I don't like to touch the garbage can lid when I cook the garbage can until I'm all done cooking. So I'm gonna stand you guys up so I can pull you over to the stove. Okay. Let me tilt y'all back. Lift y'all up. Let me extend this part up a bit more so that I can bring you down some towards the pot. Alright, so you guys should be able to see directly into the pot. I'm going to grab another pair of gloves. Another pair of gloves. Here I come, guys. Put these gloves on. Okay. I got my chicken here. Okay, so we're gonna go ahead and get ready to put this chicken into the pot. Okay, that is all my chicken into the pot. I'm going to take this pan, set it up here on top of my microwave for the time being. I'm going to get a couple things here from off the table. Butter and poultry blend. So, friends, the one thing that I forgot to do, I did not do this over here with you guys. I forgot to peel this onion, okay? I'm going to go ahead and just do that real fast. I totally forgot to do that, to peel my onion. Sorry about that. Alright, let me rinse this onion off. Alright, friends, I'm over here. I just took my little chopping board out, and I'm just cutting this onion down, giving it just a rough chop real quick. Okay. Now, let me get my dish rag, put a little bit of water on here. Alright. So, what we're going to do now, to this, all we need to do, and I have my stove turned up to close to almost a 7. Okay, I want to get a really good rolling boil here. Okay, I'm going to take and open up this pack of butter. Let me take these gloves off. Hold on, y'all. Let me take these gloves off because I'm done with the meat. Let me wash my hands. Alright. Okay. We're going to put a whole stick of butter in here. Now, we're putting a whole stick of butter in here for flavor, but also while we're putting a whole stick of butter, as this chicken begins to cook, it will begin to start forming a foam up on top of here. If you use butter, it will help to control that foam from forming. Okay, one whole stick of butter, friends. All right, let's go ahead and put in our poultry seasoning, our blend. This is our fresh herbs. You don't have to use fresh herbs, but friends, fresh herbs always makes your stock just taste better. Okay, so now this is the thyme. We're gonna just drop that right in here, the whole thing. Now, rosemary, you got to be careful with rosemary. Rosemary is strong, and it can certainly overpower, right? So I'm going to drop this sprig in here, okay? And this one, okay? That's enough. Remember, I told y'all sage was in here as well. I'm not using any sage, friends, okay? Because I'm not making dressing. So I don't need the sage portion of this. Alright, so now that we've done that, at this point, I'm not going to cover this right now. I'm not going to add any of the chicken bouillon yet in here. I want to let this come up to a nice boil, Then I'm going to cut it down onto about a medium. Then I will come back and we will start adding in some of the chicken base, okay? But for right now, we're not going to do anything else to this. We're going to let this go ahead and start boiling, okay? So that's for now. That's all we have to do here. So we're good over here at the pot for now. Okay, friends, I'm gonna pull y'all back over here. Let me tilt you up and pull you over so I can pull you back down. Okay, now friends, so for now, all that we need to do at this point is allow the broth to come together. We want to allow, well, let me rephrase that. I want to allow the flavor to come together from out of the chicken. Okay, the bone of a chicken has a lot of flavor. That's what you want. So we want to allow that flavor to release from out of the bone of that chicken into our water. Now, you can use, so as I told you all when I was over here seasoning the chicken and stuff, I told you guys that I had a pot back here already on with water in it. You can use chicken broth like this beef broth here. You can get containers of chicken broth if you so choose. I don't normally get chicken broth when I'm making broth. I usually start with just water, cold water, and I make my own broth, okay? Because the soup base you're gonna use is what's gonna help to enrichen that flavor. But you can use box broth if you like, and you can doctor that broth up. It's fine. It's up to you, okay? I always tell people to cook for your family, cook the way you want, okay? This is, you know, YouTube is just a space for people to show and share the way that they do things, and how, you know, how that person was taught. So, as far as the dumplings, we'll work on the dumplings after we flavor up the broth. But I'm going to allow this to cook. I'm probably going to set my timer. I think I'm going to set my timer roughly to about a good, probably about a good 30 minutes. Yeah, no, I'll probably set my timer first. Yeah, it'll probably be about a good 30 minutes, friends. 35 minutes. When I see my water starting to boil, okay, if that makes sense, that's when I'm going to come in and start adding in my soup base, okay? First, I want to allow this chicken to allow the flavor to come out of the bone first. So I'm going to give it about a good 35 minutes, okay? 35, maybe even 40 minutes on my timer. Once I see that release from that chicken, okay, then I'll come back and we will get ready to start adding in the chicken base to here. Far as the dumplings, now I'm doing dumplings from scratch. You don't have to do dumplings from scratch if you do not want to. I believe, if I'm not mistaken, that they carry dumplings in the frozen section, maybe where the bread is at. I don't know. I've never used them, but I thought I heard somebody on YouTube say that they had them. You can also use biscuits, okay, if you prefer. I had a auntie that used to use biscuits, and she used to just pinch them out. I don't really care for the biscuits. To me, I don't know. They tend to, I don't know. The taste is just different with biscuits to me. I don't know than when I make them, or when you make out dough, you know, and roll it. I don't know. It could just be a mind thing for me, a mental thing. But you can use biscuits. That's your choice if you want to. Actually, using the biscuits is a easy shortcut way, okay, to eliminate having to roll out any dough. So please feel free to use biscuits if you would like. You would treat them the same way. You can take those biscuits, put a little flour down on a pastry board, roll them out and cut them out. Or you can also just take them and just pinch the you know, little pieces of dough off and drop them in your pot. Left up to you. But for our dough, I have to use some stock, okay? Right now I don't have the stock because it hasn't, you know, it's still on the stove cooking. But I have to use some stock to go into our dough. So otherwise I would have went ahead and got started on making the dough and just getting it out the way. But we will do that once we come back and I add to the pot some of the chicken base. We'll let that cook off probably for about another 30 minutes. And then I will dip me some broth out of there into a measuring cup, put it in my freezer and let it cool just a little bit. And then we'll be ready to go ahead and do our dumplings, okay? So for now, we're going to pause because I don't have anything else to do for a while until that finishes cooking. But I will be back, friends, and we will move on to the next step. All right, catch y'all on the flip side. I'll be back. Hey friends, welcome back. All right, my timer has gone off for this chicken that I've been cooking. I'm gonna cut the timer off. I'm gonna bend you guys down towards this pot as close as I can get you. All right. We're going to go ahead and add in some of that base, okay? I did pull out my measuring spoons. This is a tablespoon. And that's 2 tablespoons. Now, along with that, I am going to add in a tablespoon of better than bouillon. This is more like a paste. This is dry, okay? All right. Keep in mind, you have to taste this so that it is to your own liking, okay? Because remember now, this kind of goes according to how you are going to like, or to the seasonings that you would like, okay? I'm gonna taste this to see if I have enough base in here. And if I feel like I got enough base, then I'm going to let this cook for about 30 minutes. I'm going to dip off some broth and put it in a measuring cup and put it in the freezer. Now, when I dip off some broth, I usually dip off a little bit over 1.5 cups. Normally, I don't use that much, but I am making a lot of dumplings, so I might dip off a little over 1.5 cups. I'm gonna get a spoon and I'm gonna see if this has enough. It has a good taste to it. Now remember, Your chicken is seasoned, right? So you don't want to over salt. You don't want to over salt, okay? Base is salty. Soup base is salty. So you don't want to over salt your pot. This has a good taste to it. I'm going to put this on for about 30 minutes. I will strain it so I can get the fresh poultry that the thyme and the rosemary we put in there, because that's broken apart, so I can pull that out of here. So I will strain this. I'm going to add about this much of that soup base. That is it. Okay? I'm going to do equal parts. I'm going to take a little bit more. So, I added just a little bit more of the better than bouillon, and I added a little bit more of the soup base. So, that's going to be enough, friends. You're not going to need more than that. I'm going to turn this down. Put it close to 4. I'm going to put my better than bouillon in the refrigerator, because that has to stay refrigerated. The soup base does not have to be refrigerated. So, this is good. This flavor of the stock is good. So we're good to go with this. Now, I'm going to allow this to cook for 30 minutes. Once this is done cooking for 30 minutes, I'm going to come back. I'm going to take a ladle, and I'm going to ladle some of the broth off and put it into a measuring cup and stick it in the freezer. Alright? But for now, we're going to let this continue to cook. And when I strain this, I'm going to take the chicken, put it in a bowl so I can preserve it. The only chicken I'm not going to use is the chicken thighs, and that's only because she does not like the dark meat, so I don't want to put any of the thighs in here. But the chicken breast, I think it was like 2 chicken breasts, they were pretty big. I'm going to take those and the wings, and I will put them in a bowl, stick them in the refrigerator to put them to the side so the chicken breast can cool, and I will shred the chicken breast, but I will leave the wings whole. Okay, so because she wants the chicken wings as well. So for now, this is good. I don't need to add anything else in here. I'm going to let this continue to do what it is doing. When I come back, I will pull the broth off. Then we will start the process of the dumplings. Alright, let me straighten y'all back up. Alright, friends, so as I said, I'll be back momentarily. And we will go ahead, and the next step is going to be getting to those dumplings. So, I'll be back. Hey friends, I'm back. So, my stove timer is getting ready to cut off. And I'm going to go ahead and take this pot. I have another pot in the sink with a strainer in it. I'm going to strain the liquid out of here so I can be able to take out the poultry seasoning that I put in here, the fresh poultry herbs, so I can be able to pull those out, and the onions, because I don't want those in my chicken and dumplings. So I'm going to take this to the sink. I'll be right back. Let me pan y'all down to the stove too, so y'all could be able to see good. Okay. Now, I strained out that broth. I'm going to get a bowl. Hold on, friends. I'm going to get the rest of this chicken out of here because it's in my... I got some chicken that fell out. So let me put it to this inside of this bowl. Alright, I'm just straining the rest of this out really good. Okay. Now, those thighs I had, I'm going to take the thigh meat, because like I said, she doesn't want that. So, I'm going to throw any of that thigh meat away because she doesn't want that in here. And I don't mind if I get a piece or two in here. It's okay. It's not a big deal. Here's a thigh. Here's some thigh meat. I don't mind if I get a little small piece. That's not going to hurt nothing too much. Here's another thigh. And I think, hold on friends, wait a minute. I think it's going to be easier. I'm going to bring y'all back to the table. I think it'll be easier if I do this part over here by the table versus by the stove. Because it's still really hot right there. So give me a second. And let me move you guys over here. And let me pull y'all down some. And I'll move my pot over. Some of that onion still is in my pot, so I'm gonna get rid of all of that. But it's just easier, I believe, to just kind of do it here than to try to do it over the stove where that eye's still hot. All I'm doing is simply taking out the chicken because it has to cool. Because we're going to shred that chicken up. I don't want those onions in there. I'm not going to shred up the wings, okay? I'm not. I'm going to add them back, but I'm not going to shred them. And I think I'll take this last little thigh in here. I'm going to grab that. I am going to use it. Yeah. I'm going to keep that last thigh. Just so I'll make sure I have enough meat in her dumpling. She's not going to know that it's a little piece of chicken thigh in there. All I'm doing now, I'm just simply getting out those onions that were in here. This is a piece of chicken skin. I'm gonna throw that away. I don't want that in my stuff. I'll take that little bit of meat. I don't care if I have a little bit of onion. It's not gonna hurt nothing. Okay, that's that other little piece of chicken thigh. I'm gonna leave that there. I'm not gonna throw it away. Now, I'm gonna scoot this down a bit so I can get the pot that's in my sink. I'm gonna add the broth back to this pot, put it back on the stove. Once I add the broth back to this pot and put it on the stove, I'm going to go ahead and get me 1 cup of broth and ladle it into a measuring cup. I'm going to get me, not a cup, I'm going to probably get about a little bit better than a cup of broth, okay? And I'm going to ladle that into a measuring cup. I'm going to take that measuring cup and put it in my freezer for just a little bit. I don't want the broth to get cold. I just want it to not be extremely hot as it is now, you know, from the pot. So I just want to let it cool maybe 10 minutes, okay? Because I need that, some of the heat to be able to melt the butter that we're going to be using for the dough to make our dumplings, okay? All right, so I'm going to take this chicken, okay, this is the chicken. I'm going to take that chicken and I'm going to put it in the refrigerator. Let it cool a little bit because I need to shred some of that chicken up. Alright, I'm going to get my measuring cup out and ladle me some of this broth off. Alright, here we go. Let's get some broth. Okay, anything we don't use, we can pour back into the pot. Okay, so that's good. All right, that should be enough broth for me. And put this in my freezer, y'all. So I'll be right back. Hold on. Make some room here. Now, in the same pot that I strained that broth in, I added some water. I don't need to add anything else in here. This will be enough. Now, let me just explain why I added this water. I told you all that I'm making a lot of broth. So as the chicken cooked, some of the broth cooked down. I do not have to add, I needed to add some more water in here. I need enough water for my dumplings. So I'm going to return this back to the stove. Now, I should not need to add any more seasoning. I am going to taste this and make sure if I need to add anything else to it, but I shouldn't have to, because remember, we still have to add our 2 cans of cream of chicken. Okay, this is also has salt in it. So again, I want to be mindful of that. So I'm going to take this pot, simply return it to the stove, turn this down to about, I'm going to turn this down, friends, to about between 4 and 3, okay? Between 4 and 3, because I still need this to be, have a rolling boil, okay? So I'm going to take this back over to the stove, and I'll be right back. Alright, friends, so I tasted my broth. I'm going to add just a smidgen. When I say a smidgen, I mean about a tablespoon of my base, okay? I'm going to add about a tablespoon more of this base. And I'm going to add the same equivalent amount of the bouillon. Okay. I'm going to add the same amount of the better than bouillon. All right. That'll do it. Now, put this stuff in the refrigerator. Let me rinse out my dish cloth really quick. All right. Alright, friends, here we go. Let me get everything out of my way because I need some room for this. So, I'm going to try to move as much as I possibly can out of my way. I bought me some stuff because I'm going to be, I said I was going to come back today. I might not be able to do it today. I might have to come back tomorrow with my other video. But, I am going to, I got some canisters that I bought So a lot of this stuff back here, I'm getting ready to transfer it into some canisters. All right, let me wash my hands. Also, I'm sorry, before I forget, I'm going to go ahead and add my cans of cream of chicken, okay, to the pot, okay. I'm going to take and add the cans of cream of chicken now to my pot, okay, and I'm just going to let that come together, okay. Just let that come together. Let me wash my hands first. I'll be right back. Okay, now let's open up. The one can already has the pull tab, but the other one does not. So this can opener be stressing me out, y'all. Let's see if it's gonna work, Chad. Of course not. Why would it? Hold on, y'all. Let me do it over here where I can have it more firmer, so I can push down a little harder. You know what? I'm gonna use this other can over. I got my other can opener. I gotta buy a new can opener, y'all, cause this one ain't much better. But as long as I can open it up a little bit, would be good. Let me see. I think I gotta pull it on this side. I might have to get a knife to open this the rest of the way. Hold on. Let me get a knife. There we go. All right. Okay, these are my 2 cans of cream of chicken. I'm gonna go ahead and add this to my pot. I actually have a 3rd can. I might just go ahead and use that too as well, just to get rid of it. Get my big spoon out. I'm gonna go ahead and use, I had one last can of cream of chicken. I'm gonna go ahead and open that one up as well and use that also, just so I could get rid of it since it was the last can. All right, we'll put this one in here real quick. Okay, so now friends, I turned my stove up to a medium because I need to now get a rolling boil going on. All right, let's get with it. Here's my bowl for my dough. I'm gonna start here with this. This is Crisco butter shortening stick, okay? Now, I told y'all in the beginning, when I first started this video, that I do not measure. I'm sorry, but I usually tend not to measure when I'm doing chicken and dumplings. It's just extremely hard for me to try to measure out. So that's why I said just try to follow along, guys. In here, I do have a measuring cup. This is a half a cup that I have in here. This measuring cup is a half a cup. So I'm gonna start off with we're gonna start off, that's a half a cup of flour. That's a whole cup of flour. That's another half a cup of flour. That's a whole cup of flour. I'm gonna go back in and get another cup. I told you I'm making a lot of dumplings. That's another half a cup. Here's a whole cup now. That's 3 cups of flour so far, friends. 3 cups of flour. All right, I'm gonna go in with another cup. All right, that's 4 cups of flour. Now, you make as many dumplings as you want. Again, as I told y'all, she likes a lot of dumplings. I want to make sure it's enough dumplings. I probably will take a small container myself and give my sister that's next to me in age, I'll probably give her some because she loves chicken and dumplings as well. So with that being said, I'm going to go ahead and put another cup in here of flour because I want to make sure I got enough dumplings. So, and this going to be 5 cups of flour. But remember, y'all, I'm making a lot of dumplings. So you don't need but 2 cups of flour if you only just making enough. You know, just a family pot, you know, and you don't have that many people. If it was just me, I would only use 2 cups of flour. If I wasn't, even if I was going to give my other sister some, I would still only use 2 cups of flour, okay? Now, we got our 5 cups of flour in here. Let's go ahead and get our Crisco butter shortening stick. So I already know I need all of this. All of it. Cut it up. Drop it in. Now, I'm going to get my other one, because I probably need a little bit more. I'm going to go ahead and start to open it up, right? So I can already have it ready. And simply set it to the side. Alright, we're going to go ahead and take our cutter here. We're going to begin to cut this, shorten it into our flour. You want to cut it until you start getting crumbly pieces. I'm going to show you what I mean by that, so you'll know. Let me get a pair of gloves, y'all. I almost forgot about that. Let me get a pair of gloves, put a pair of gloves on, y'all. Normally I don't, but I don't want, you know, I got nails, so when I get ready to handle this flour and roll it into a couple of balls of dough. Make sure y'all can see real good. Pull y'all up as close as I can get y'all to the bowl so y'all can see what I'm doing. I'm cutting that Crisco butter into this flour. Go in and get a little bit more, y'all. It's a lot of different ways you can do your dough, friends. I find that using this Crisco butter flavor shortening makes your dumplings light. Makes them really light and fluffy. I'm gonna cut through a little bit more. And I will tell you, if you don't have one of these, you can use the back of a fork. Okay, this is almost to where I wanted it. I'm going to take the rest of this now and use it. Y'all, when I do make chicken and dumplings, it always brings back good memories of being at my granny's house. Or I should say at my grandparents' house. My grandfather been passed on for many years. But my grandmother is still living. She's 91. She'll be 92 next month. And I'll have to say that God has preserved her. And I'm grateful for that, because she's still in her right mind, still be able to function on her own. And I remember a lot of good times being at my grandmother's house, and my aunties and my cousins, and building tents in the living room and stuff. Like, brings back a lot of good memories. I used to sit and watch my grandmother cook. My grandmother is an excellent cook, you guys. Excellent cook. And that she can cook, she can bake, all of the whole nine. And I would sit back and just be so amazed, and I would admire her. You know. And so sitting underneath her tutelage, I've learned a lot. And I'm grateful for that. For the lessons of the elders. It really means a lot. So yeah. Always makes me think of good times. Alright, y'all. Now, y'all see how crumbly? I'm gonna pull this up to the so y'all can see real good. Hold on, make sure I got this crumble real good, y'all. Alright, let me show y'all what I mean by the consistency when I say crumble, okay? Y'all see how that flour is crumbly now? That's the consistency that you want, is a crumbly consistency. So when you're cutting in that butter, you want the flour to become like kind of like crumbles. And it don't matter if you have some bigger pieces in it. It don't make no difference, because when we add that broth, it ain't going to do nothing but melt it down anyway. And another thing too, when you use your good flavorful broth, it also really seasons up the dumplings extremely well, okay? Makes them taste really, really good. Let me get a little bit of water on my dishcloth. I turned my pot up to about 6 because I need this to come up to a rolling boil. Okay? So I turned up my pot to about 6 so I can get that boil going on. Here. Let's get that broth out. Okay, y'all, here's our broth we put in the freezer. That broth. Set it right here to the side. I'm gonna get another fresh pair of gloves and then we're gonna get started with rolling out this dough. Y'all know we going into fall. I'm looking out my window and I see it starting to get dark early now. I love the summer. I told you I'm a summer baby. I hate to see the summer go away. Alright. What I'm going to do, y'all, is I'm going to make a well. Okay, I'm going to form what you kind of call a well here. All I'm going to do is I'm just moving some of this flour back. Okay, just kind of making me a well here in the middle. Now, you're going to start to pour. We're going to go about a little bit at a time, okay? And we're going to start grabbing some of this flour and we're just going to start mixing it. And if I need some more, I can always grab some out the pot. It's not a big deal. I have a lot of flour, so I might need some more. But you have to work this in. Until it all comes together. My battery. I don't need much more, but I do need a little bit, y'all. More broth. Not a lot. Try to clean this off my hands, you guys. Let me get my container here. And only thing about making dumplings, they just messy. Messy, so damn messy. Alright. Let me go to my pot. Let me get a little bit more broth. I'll be right back. And the only reason I really put this broth in the freezer is because, you know, it be hot. So, you know, you just don't want to burn yourself. But I'm going to lose a little bit. I need a lot, y'all, to bring this, pull this together. I don't want to stick my hand straight down in and try to let it, you know. And if I feel like I need to put a little bit more flour in here, I will. And I'm going to sprinkle just a little bit of flour, not a lot, just a little bit of flour. I'm gonna add a little bit of where is it at? Canola oil. Not a lot. When I say little, I mean a very little. To my bowl. I added very little. That's just gonna help. It's just coating. Usually I coat my bowl, y'all, and I forgot to do that. I like to coat my bowl with a little bit of oil. Is all. It's the only reason why I did that. It helps to keep this dough moving. Now, you don't want to play with it too much. Okay. This dough is extremely soft. Soft, really soft. Making these in smaller balls because it's going to make it easier for me to roll them. Alright. So that made 5 balls, smaller balls. I'm gonna move these over here out the way. I'm gonna pour this broth back into the pot. I'm gonna get my all my trash here out the way. These dishes and stuff, move them out the way. Because I need to have as much surface as I can till I could be able to roll these dumplings out. Alright. Stir my pot real quick, y'all. Back here. That cream of chicken soup will make your stock sticking up too, as well. My pot is at a rolling boil, so I did cut it down just a tad bit. Alright, here I come, y'all, so we can get these dumplings rolled out. Okay. I have to put this on the charger for a second. So I'm gonna go ahead and roll these dumplings out. Now, I'm not gonna roll all these dumplings out on camera. I just want to show you all how to roll out dumplings, right? And I think once I show you, it's not hard. So you should have it down pat. Once I show you how to do it, then I'll go off camera, roll the rest of them out, come back on camera when it's time to start dropping them into the pot. Let me get a knife because I need a knife to cut these dumplings down. Let me see. Let me see, what can I use? I could use this. Can I get this down? Trying to get this container down, y'all, so I can use these for my dumplings. All right. Oh, I got some right there. Okay. I gotta get back up one more time. Y'all, I gotta get this. Camera gonna die out. Okay. Let me grab this parchment paper. And lay that parchment paper in there. All right, let's move this to the side. And let me get my pastry board out. Oh, I gotta get a knife, y'all. Hold on. I forgot to get the knife. Oh, I forgot to get the knife. All right, y'all, this is my pastry board. I'm making a mess on the other side. I love this thing. It works wonderful. And it just don't move. Usually, I be done moved all this stuff out the way. But I ain't gonna even lie. I don't even feel like going through doing all of that. So I'm gonna try to move this can out the way. Shall push it up here. All right, here we go. Little flour. Now, you can cut your dumplings however you want to cut them. I like mine in strips. Alright. So y'all, this is how you do your dumplings. Like I said, you cut yours the way you want to cut them. These are your dumplings. So you cut them off the way you want to cut them. And I just take them and I just place them in here just like you see me doing. It don't have to be in no fancy smancy type of order, guys. At all. Sometimes I make some a little longer than the other ones. It just depends on you, what you want. When I get enough laid down on one, then I put me some more parchment paper down, because I don't want my dumplings to stick together on this paper. Which is kind of why I try to brush them with a little bit of a little bit more flour, so I can kind of prevent them from sticking. All right. Again, like I said, these dumplings, they don't have to be cut perfectly. It's not no, it's no need that they have to be cut perfect. Sometimes if I think I got it too big, I cut it down, make it a little smaller. Okay, y'all, I'm gonna do one more ball, and then I'm gonna go off camera and do the rest, okay? Out the way. Yeah, my camera gonna die out. I'm gonna have to put it on a charger real quick. I still ain't bought no backup battery yet. I need to do that. But I think you guys get the idea of how to roll out the dough. This part is not hard to do at all. Okay, you get it to your desire how you want it, and I just add a little bit more flour just so it just helps it to prevent it from sticking. And then I just cut. If my camera battery died, yeah, I'm sorry. I'll come back on and charge it up and try to come back on and finish this up, you guys. Hey friends, welcome back. I'm sorry my camera died out, and so I had to put it on the charger. So I'm back now, and we're getting ready to finish up the last bit of what we got to do with these dumplings. I'm just grabbing some gloves. While off camera, I went ahead and shredded up the chicken. Everything but those chicken wings, I didn't shred those up. So let's go ahead and let's start. Now let me pan you guys down some so you can see into this pot. All right. Okay. Here are my dumplings, okay? And we're gonna start dropping these dumplings into here. Now, when you are dropping dumplings, you need to follow the boil. Follow the boil, okay? And what I mean by the boil, you want to follow the pockets of where you see the broth boiling, okay? So let's get started. Alright, wherever you see your boil at. I have my eye on about 4, which is perfect. I want to drop these as quick as I can, y'all, into this broth. Now, your dumplings, when they're done, they will begin to start floating. Up towards the top. A lot of times I like to drop mine near the side of the pot, like down in here. But I've gotta keep with my pace, y'all. Also, I ended up putting 2 balls of dough in the freezer. Sometime or another, I may make some chicken and dumplings for my sister, one of my sisters. So, I did not, off camera, I did not roll all of the dumplings, okay? I didn't roll out all of them. I'm gonna keep dropping till I feel like, you know, I've got enough. Because you have to be mindful. I also have to put the chicken back in here as well. Now, I'm going to get my paddle. This is my wooden paddle. This is what I use when I make dumplings. One important thing about dumplings, okay, that you have to be sure that you do not do. You do not stir dumplings, okay? If you stir these dumplings, you're going to have a big ass pot full of mess, okay? Because they're going to disintegrate. So don't stir your dumplings. Instead, what you want to do is you just want to push. You just want to push, okay? You're not going to stir. You're just going to push your dumplings, okay? So all you're going to do is push them. If I don't want a dumpling to be, if I see one kind of on another dumpling, I just push it off. But do not stir your dumplings. I will assure you, if you stir them, they will disintegrate. Once I get these in here, I'm going to turn my fire just a little bit. Once I get as many as I want in here, I am going to cut this down to a simmer. Once I get a few more inside of here, I need to pick the boil back up. So I'm turning my eye back up a little bit so I can pick my boil back up. I'm still gonna keep dropping though. When it starts to, when you get that rolling boil, it keeps them moving, and so you got, you know, plenty of little pockets to drop your dough down in. So that's why I'm turning it back up, because I need to get that rolling boil coming back, y'all. This is such a big pot. And I want to really hurry up and get this part done, because I want to show y'all the finish once it's done. I'm trying to wait for this to come back up to where I get me some boiling pockets in here, so I can continue to drop some more of the dumplings, y'all. I'm seeing one get ready to come up right here. I got a boiling pocket over here. I'm gonna let that try to come up a little bit. Try to push some of these back, y'all, so I can make space. I'm gonna let that boil come up a little bit before I start dropping any more, y'all. Let me move these off the top of each other. Alright, here it comes. There we go. So I'm gonna make room, y'all, so I can get back to dropping some more. You gotta have that rolling boil, guys. You got to. I follow it wherever it go to. Like, don't be scared to move the dumplings, but just don't stir them. But don't be scared to move them. Okay, I'm gonna drop a few more dumplings in here, and then that'll probably be enough. Want to try to drop most all of these if I can, as much as I can. I'm pushing them, y'all. I'm pushing them. I'm not stirring. I'm simply pushing. So I'm pushing those, moving them, so I can continue to follow the boil. I don't have too many more to add, y'all. And then that's going to be it for dropping these dumplings. Let me make me another pocket. I always try to catch it on the side down here. Try to drop a few more, y'all. Not too many more. Pretty much done with the dumpling. Of dropping them anyway. Alright, y'all. Feel like I got enough dumplings in here. I think this will be a plenty. Okay. Try to separate these apart here. Alright. I'm going to drop a couple more, and that's going to be it. And then we're going to go ahead and go with our next step. And then we're going to be done with these dumplings. With this part of it anyway. So, yeah, that's good. Alright, y'all. That's enough for the dumplings. I feel like I got plenty of dumplings in here. I'm sure she should be satisfied with as many as I have in here anyway. Feel like I got quite a bit. Alright. Okay. That's it. Now, that's enough dumplings, friends. I am going to go ahead, cut this down. Now, I don't need this to be at no rolling boil anymore, because I got as many dumplings as I want in this pot. So, I'm going to cut this down to about a 2. Cut this down to about a 2, okay? Now, I'm going to do one other thing here, okay? Let me see. If I can find it first. Let's see. Here we go. Okay, y'all. I'm going to, this is a little tube of yellow food coloring. I'm going to drop just a couple of drops, not much. That's only because I like my dumplings to have just a little bit of a richer color. So I'm just going to make a little space here. When I say a couple of dots, I mean just what I mean. That's it, y'all. No more. All it's gonna do is make that, get that just a little bit more of a richer color. That's it. Now, we're gonna let these cook. I'm gonna cook these for about a good 20 minutes, okay? No more than 25 minutes. Do not overcook your dumplings. You don't want your dumplings to come out tough, so do not overcook them. Okay, I will add the chicken back to here momentarily, but I need those to cook first before I add any chicken to it. Okay, we're gonna add this. Let me take the paper off of here, y'all. Alright, remember that heavy whipping cream I showed y'all in the beginning of the video? We're gonna add us a little bit. Don't overdo it. Don't overdo it. Now, when I tell y'all this heavy whipping cream take this to the next level, you better believe me, honey. When I tell you, it makes the best. Do you hear me? The absolute best pot of chicken and dumplings. Look how rich that look, y'all. Alright, that's good enough. Okay, I'm gonna take a little bit of black pepper, and I don't put no lid on these. I don't cook like they are. The lid off. Put me a little black pepper in there. This will float back up to the top once this is ready. Now, hold on, friends. Okay. I'm going to take these few pieces and drop them in here. Excuse me. Alright. Okay, friends, I'm going to get me a spoon and I'm going to taste this broth. I'm going to make sure that it has a good taste. It doesn't need anything else in it. I'm going to make sure that it's got all the flavor it needs in it. Oh, that's good. Ooh, Lord have mercy. That's good, friends. And I ain't even much playing at all. That's bomb. That's got an excellent taste to it, y'all. Excellent. So, I'm going to turn these up to about 3. You don't want to let your dumplings stick, but you don't want them to overcook either. So I'm going to put it on about 20 minutes, okay? 20 minutes. Let this do its thing. I will come back. When I come back, I'm already have added the chicken back, okay, y'all? All I'm doing is adding up the chicken. Add the chicken here. Here's the chicken. Here's that chicken, okay? I'm gonna add that chicken into the pot, okay? So I will be back once it's once it is completely done. Once it's done, I will then dip up a bowl and let y'all see how rich these chicken and dumplings are, and how you could just take the spoon and just cut through the dumpling. That's how tender they are, or they gonna be. Okay, so I'm gonna let this do its thing, and let me pull y'all back up. Okay, I'm gonna let this go ahead and do what it got to do. I'll be back in 20 minutes when my timer goes off. I will pick y'all back up. Alright, friends, we're back, and my pot of chicken and dumplings is done. As y'all can see here, let me scoot y'all up. I have a huge pot of chicken and dumplings, but the person I cooked these for, she's got a big pot that she gave me, so it's gonna fill up her pot. She's gonna have a nice amount, so I'll actually have enough to share with my own sister this time too as well, because it just made a lot. So these are done, okay? The dumplings are done. I've added the chicken back in here, okay? Now, I like more dumplings than I do chicken. I don't know if y'all can see how that cuts, but that spoon cuts straight through there, okay? And just as a reminder, I cooked these about 20 minutes. 20 minutes. Get a little bit of that juice. I like to add a little bit of pepper, extra pepper on mine. I'm gonna bring y'all over to the table. Set this bowl here. Let's see. Let me get a spoon out of the drawer. Let me move y'all back over to the table. You pull y'all up. I'll pull you guys down. Get over here. All right. So, friends, I am done. And your girl's tired. For sure, for sure. Chicken and dumplings is not hard to make, but child, it's tiresome. Let me pan down just a little bit. Let me hold this with this because this bowl is gonna be super hot. Wait, let me pan down just a little bit more, y'all. I should have used my smaller tripod. Hold on, y'all. I just unplugged my light. Sorry about that. Let me get down here. Chicken and dumplings, y'all. Chicken and dumplings. Homemade chicken and dumplings. And y'all, guarantee you, these here are bomb. Make it this way. Try it. See if you like it. But I know these taste good. I will say, sometimes, people like to put carrots and peas and stuff in there. Please know that you can do that if you like to. But it's just not the way that I grew up with chicken and dumplings. I just grew up with them just like this, dumplings and chicken, okay? And that's the way I prefer mine. But you can add whatever you want. You want to add veggies to it, you can. You are more than welcome to do that. But like I said, this is how I like them. Original way of chicken and dumplings. Made this way. This is just how I used to eating chicken and dumplings, okay? This is how I'm used to eating them. They're extremely hot, so they're extremely hot. Let me pan down a little bit, show y'all how these dumplings cut. If you see here with this spoon, and these cut straight across, okay? You're supposed to be able to cut them with a spoon, just like I just did. Cut them off with your spoon, okay? So your dumplings ought to be nice and tender. They should not be mushy. Your dumplings should not be, they shouldn't be mushy. They should not be stiff. But you should be able to cut straight through those dumplings. Alright, I'm going to try to give them a little taste, but they are so hot. Those are good, y'all. Those are good, y'all. They're good. They are seasoned. Excellent. The broth, wonderful. The dumplings are tender. These are good, okay? I'm going to do my best to put some directions in the description box for you guys, but if you just watch what I did, you'll be able to recreate this yourself, okay? So I want to thank you guys for stopping by my channel. I really appreciate it. Please make sure you subscribe to my channel. Also hit that like button, okay? That keeps me moving in the algorithm on YouTube. Also be sure to tap on the notification bell so you're alerted every time I upload a new video. Alright, y'all. Your girl gonna eat this little small bowl here, child. Wash these couple of little silverware, and I'm ready to take a shower and go to bed. I'm exhausted. So, once again, thank you for stopping by. As always, stay blessed. One love.